Alrighty, y'all, welcome to today's recap. I hope you guys are all doing well. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Jeremiah, also known as FS Trading. I trade small cap stocks. I live stream every morning, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern time, and I upload recaps daily, Monday through Friday. And if you guys want to follow along with me, hit the subscribe button. And without further ado, let's get right into this recap. So let me readjust my desk here. So the first stock we had popping up was whatever that was, KALA. This was just too low price for me, so I thought I should not take a stab at it, and so I didn't. And we saw QTTB pop up, which is better price for me. So we took a look at this. I think this had a flow of 5.5 million shares, which is pretty good. That's somewhat low, so we'll take it. So I saw this popping up here around the $0.50. We had the first 15-second candle to make a new high here. It didn't have a amazing breakout, but continued to pull away nevertheless. And now I think I'm waiting right now for this candle to close and see if we get a extension, possible candle over candle. Now if it looks like it was going to break before, I probably took an entry. Yeah, so I took an entry there earlier right at the high of day, which is a little bit unfortunate. It pops up above my entry a little bit for a moment, and I'm thinking we're going to get a dip and rip here. It does go down more than 10 cents, which would be my arbitrary stop. I had a low of 60. So realistically my stop was supposed to be 62 since I was in at 72. But as you can see, it popped right back up. I jumped back in, got caught in a false breakout, and yeah, so that was a sort of a rough way to start the day. The first trade ended up losing $8 on it, and then the second trade ended up being a 20. Oh no. Ended up being a $22 loser. Yeah, so that's a little unfortunate. Not the best way to start the day. That's a bad candle right there. That's a jackknife. So it popped up and dropped down immediately. I probably could have sold that a bit sooner, but realistically, had I held this position, I could have sold into the breakout. And honestly, I could have, since it bounced right off of 60. It looked like maybe we had support there. So we see this, it drops down to 60, drops down, but then kind of slowly rallies back up. And then I'm thinking to get out. I didn't really have to sell, but I mean, better a small loser than a big loser, right? Would have been nice to have held for that, of course, and not bought back in, which realistically I shouldn't have. That was sort of a FOMO buy, but that put me in a bad position to start the day. And so I was sort of digging myself out of a hole with my first couple of trades after the first two. So this really was a bad entry, if I'm being honest. I think I might have gotten out of here with a bit of profit, potentially, but not a good trade at all. I honestly don't know what the entry was there. I really don't. I think I was looking at the level 2. Was I? I really don't know what the entry was there, to be quite frank. But that offered $2 of profit nonetheless. So a drop down there, that's kind of bad. We have double top there, huge red shooting star. But we bounce off VWAP, which is bullish, and as I see it turn around and close as a dragonfly doji, is that what it is? I think so. I hop in there, and then we get the break over that pivot, and I get out for $13 of profit, if my math is correct. Yep. Okay. 13 cents a share, so $13 profit. Ooh, and I could have held. So it. But realistically, the best thing to do when you're down is take your profit when you have it. That's just the reality of it. But it did go 18 cents higher. So still on the defense though, because the market has been cold. So, and especially with this top or red shooting star, I had to kind of be quick with taking profit. And that was a riskier entry as well, albeit. But worked. It worked. So now I'm down only $2. So break through the high of day, right at the high of day, which is risky. I know. Stop would be 86, I suppose. And nice. Got out at 12 cents a share. Not bad at all. Yeah, had I not got chopped out in the beginning, I mean, that was $30 just because I sold a good trade too soon and bought back in with FOMO, and then got caught in a false breakout. So had I just held that, I mean, I could have, because technically it was above my mental stop loss. It just the fact that it wasn't really working. It was struggling, you know. So that brought me to $2. I think I definitely overtraded this a little bit. So we bounced off of daily support there, and that was good to see. I'm thinking about an entry. First candle to make a new high here, and we were looking for first candle to make a new high. This actually ended up being a loser because we had a false breakout, which is never fun. So as it made a new high there, I'm looking at the level 2. I see green printing above 14, which is the level we're looking above. Pops up for a second, and then it's struggling. I could have sold it right there. I could have sold it sooner. I mean, with that type of trade, it needs to work right away. Otherwise, if it doesn't work, then that's a red flag. Or if it doesn't work right away, that's a red flag. And look at that. I mean, just all the way down to the 90 EMA. That's really bad. So, I think the idea was right. Just unfortunate to have gotten caught in that. MACD was sort of about to cross over. It was a little bit extended. I'll admit that. But I mean, we had the 90 EMA. It was just an unlucky trade, I guess. Wrong side of probability. Could have maybe sold it a bit sooner when it wasn't working. That was maybe a trade to sell when it wasn't working. The first one I could have held. I don't know. It's all, I don't know. It all just depends, I guess. Took another trade here for the breakthrough resistance, which ended up not going anywhere. So as it came back up, I got out. Yeah, it looked like it was stalling. And then it pops up a little bit more. Yeah, it actually pops up in like a couple cents more. But whatever. Break even's better than a loss. We're going for, I guess, an early entry for first candle to make a new high, dip and rip there. That's what it was a dip and rip. and then for first candle to make a new high and then break the resistance. Um, this one did not work, so I was down 12, and then after this trade, I believe I went to $21 in the red, and then I took one more trade after this. Okay, so it is stalling out. I don't know if I should have held it. This is maybe one of the ones I should have cut sooner. Yeah, realistically, I should have cut that a lot sooner. I didn't even remember I holding this one. So that was a bad trade. I think that was probably, I'll say that's probably the worst trade of the day. MACD was negative. Fun fact, my best trade of the day was when the MACD was negative as well, I think. So, I mean, can work sometimes, but this just wasn't, we didn't see a lot of volume. You can look at the volume profile, not very good. We don't really have any, I mean, we have a little bit of sign of momentum, but very light volume on this candle right here. Higher volume on this doji sort of candle. It's not, doesn't look great realistically. We have upward resistance, so the odds are sort of against us in this scenario. Okay, well, very shortly after I took my next trade. Funny enough. So we had the breakthrough VWAP there, and that was a strong break, and so I saw that and I was like, that's pretty bullish. We did have resistance over here. So I was thinking that possibly the way this broke out past VWAP, I was thinking we might get an extension higher here. It keeps hitting its head. We've seen green, and I'm thinking, okay, we're about to pull away here. There, it's inching higher, bam, and then I sell at 44, and that was my last trade of the day, and that put me up 24 bucks on the day. And yeah, that was a great way to end the day. Couldn't have asked for a better trade, honestly. So I'm happy. Today's a green day. A bit of luck on my side, or I guess I got on the right side of probability on this one, but yeah, I'm happy about that. That was the biggest move I saw in this stock. We did have AMHL, I think, pop up after that. AMAH or something. This is it right here. Which was, oh no, this is not it. Yeah, this is it. Oh wait, no, this is not it. Oh, maybe I didn't get it on stream, but anyways, maybe I'll pull this up for you guys here. Yeah, so if you guys want to take a look at this. This popped up like crazy. I think it had a 200% move, or more than 200% move in just like a few minutes. Yeah. It popped up from 5 up to 1280. That's crazy. That is a 200% move. We say 6 to 12. Absolutely insane. More than 200% move. So this is absolutely ridiculous. I was looking at this after I said, I'm done trading for the day. I feel like God was just testing me. He's like, are you really done for trading for the day? And I almost jumped back in. I was about to type in my password for trading. And I told myself, no, I'm not going to jump back in. And so I didn't. But as I was watching it at 8, and I was like, I would have jumped in right there. Or 7. I don't remember which one. It pops up $3 from where I said I was like, okay, I would have entered if I could keep trading. So like a little bit of FOMO with 100 shares, that would have been a $300 trade. But it is what it is. I'm happy to be green. This is a great way to start the month, and it is amazing to see some momentum because if you've been trading small cap stocks and you've been actively trading every single day, the past month has been rough. November was not fun. But December is a new month. Hopefully, we see some good action and continued strength. Um, and I hope you guys enjoyed this recap. If you guys have any feedback or comments, feel free to drop a comment below. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.